Yo, what's poppin'? Premier League champion winners, Liverpool FC fans, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today we'll be covering the news with Cody Gakpo getting linked away to Bayern Munich. Is this a concrete possibility? We'll also be covering Hugo Ekitike. And last but not least, we will be covering Kerkez as well. Rumours, talks are progressing with Mr. Kerkez. So yeah, Cody Gakpo. This one here is a little bit of an interesting one. So I think there's been kind of whispers going around for a while that Liverpool are kind of looking to upgrade the attack, bring another left winger, someone with a bit more pace. I think Diaz is someone ideally they'll like to keep, but it seems like there's just been ongoing things going on, whether it's from him or it's the club itself. Just one of the two parties here wants to move. I think it's Diaz. I think there's just been too many links to Barcelona. And I just do think there's truths to those rumours. Cody Gakpo, he's a solid player, solid left foot. But the one thing he's lacking is pace. So maybe if Liverpool do look to sell Cody Gakpo on, I think they'll look to replace him with like a pacey left-sided attacker. But what I've been saying for a while is that these kind of left-sided attackers are just kind of a rarity at the moment. You don't really see any kind of top-class left-sided forwards available on the market unless you want to put in Verts or something like that to play that kind of role. Personally, I'd be definitely looking to keep the team, most of the team anyways. I think Gakpo, manager seems to love him. Manager seems to rate him. So I'll be quite surprised if Liverpool let this move go. I mean, he's putting up some good numbers. 35 matches played, 10 goals, 4 assists. Season before that, 8 and 5. So he's putting up good numbers. Manager rates him. I know he's an important player in the squad. And even if he goes to Bayern Munich, he's not like a guaranteed starter, right? Because when we look at that Bayern side, they've got a lot of good attacking talents. They've got Sane, they've got Elise, they've got Gnabry. Musiala could play on the wing as well. So yeah, it's not like a guarantee 100% he's going to be the number one starter week in, week out. I think his kind of level, wherever he goes, it's going to be a top club, and there's always going to be competition for those places. So yeah, next big news here, we got Hugo Ekitike. Sorry boys, kind of might be butchering that. So Liverpool, they're going to be linked to strikers, and it's been kind of quiet with the striker front, which is kind of interesting to me in a sense, because a lot of people are like, oh, they're kind of getting worried they're not going to bring in a striker. There's just been too many kind of, I think, links for Darwin Núñez to be leaving the club. I mean, Jota seems to be on decline, so I think Liverpool will bring in a striker, and I think they really do need to bring in a striker to kind of help distribute the goals. And who doesn't just like a top class number 9? Those goal scorers to score like 20, 30 goals a season, bro. Like, they make football worth watching. And Isak, I just think is a little bit kind of out of price range, and I don't think Newcastle will let him go. So Hugo Ekitike is a name that just keeps getting brought up, and maybe slot the team, Liverpool team, Edwards, they see kind of something special that Hugo Ekitike could just make that kind of next step up to becoming like a top class player. From the highlights I've seen, I think he looks decent. Personally, I like to bring in someone a bit more kind of proven in a striker realm. I don't really want like a side project, like maybe are they going to work? I just want Liverpool to bring in some top class strikers, someone who just has that proven pedigree of getting goals, having that goal scoring records, whether it's Isak, which I don't think will happen, or I know this is going to be an unpopular one, but like a Victor Osimhen, or like a player of that ilk where you just know, hey, this guy is a proven goal scorer, no messing about. I just feel like striker is one of those positions where maybe you can have like an understudy, but it's ideally a position where you just want like a ready-made player compared to maybe like midfield or even centre-back. Like players can kind of develop a bit more. Striker, ideally, they have to be ready-made, especially if you're going into a top side, right? So from what I've seen, his goal record looks all right. I mean, if we look at his stats, Hugo Ekitike stats, he got 15 goals in 33 appearances, 8 assists, and in the Europa League, he got 4 in 12 with 3 assists. So used to play for PSG as well. I mean, this is his first kind of big breakout season. He's not been doing it at the highest level week in, week out for many years. So there's a little bit of unknowns there. And I think 100 million euros is a little bit high, but if they see Hugo Ekitike as that kind of next level guy, the guy who's going to be at top level, then maybe it could be worth a calculated gamble. But personally, I like to see Liverpool bring in someone a little bit more kind of proven, someone who's just been there, done it, experienced it all, even if they're a bit more experienced striker, like 27, 28, quote unquote, old striker. I much kind of prefer that kind of line of thinking. But yeah, it's good to see Liverpool get linked to strikers, because this is 100% an area that needs strengthening, because we need to take the pressure off Mo Salah and we just need more goals all around the team. Now, but last but not least, we got a update on Milos Kerkez. So Mr. Transfers himself, Fabrizio Romano, saying Kerkez has already agreed personal terms to Liverpool. That's not an issue. Obviously, before they even talk about negotiating a fee, we know how it goes. They speak to the agent. I don't know how they get into contact with the agent. I've always wondered that, but they get in contact with the agent somehow. They speak to him first, like, look, we're kind of interested in you. Would you be interested in the move? And then they just kind of talk to the club. But yeah, talks are on the way. And obviously, because Liverpool are busy with Florian Wirtz, which is a big transfer, right? It's like 100 million plus euro transfer fee. So that's going to be taking a lot of kind of time. That's probably going to be top priority. They don't want other clubs kind of scooping around for him there. It seems like Kerkez is very much keen on the move to Liverpool. As a fan, as much as I love Robbo, I like Costas. It's an area that needs to be upgraded. And I'm happy that they're bringing in another left back. And Kerkez, to me, looks like he's ready to make that next step up and be a top player. He's young, had a really good season. And I think Liverpool are eyeing up the right target here to replace Robertson for the long term. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Super duper appreciate all the likes, comments, shares, subs, all that good stuff. Channel's growing nicely. And yeah, get your comments in, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And thank you once again for tuning in.